Welcome to No Excuses. My name is Mary Fran, and this is my channel and my place to come and talk about weight loss, life, fitness, and being the most amazing version of me possible. So we're going to talk about my week, and this was a big week for me. It was a busy week. It was the week that I turned 50 years old. I am half 100 now. Wow, I really struggle. I don't feel like I'm that old, but I am. It's crazy. You know, age is just a number. But as I turned 50, I started to really think about myself. I started to think about the fact that I'm getting to be advanced in age. And I've been overweight for most of my life. And I've been very, very lucky that I don't have a whole lot of problems. I do have some knee issues, arthritis in the knees, but I don't have a whole lot of weight-related issues. But as I get older, these things are going to come and haunt me. It's inevitable because of my weight. I don't know how I've managed thus far, but it's going to catch up to me somewhere, somehow, and probably relatively soon. So that really puts a huge emphasis on getting my life back in track, which is why I started my habits in the month of December. We'll get to that in a little bit. So my birthday weekend started and we were actually really busy. We tried to stay going, but I also tried to keep Jason off of his foot. It was a balancing act. One day we had appointments and errands. One day we actually went to Centralia, which is a coal mining town that is now abandoned. And it is abandoned because the coal mines and the coal seams underneath the town are burning out of control. And it's a little dangerous for people to be there living day in, day out. And then the next day, we actually went to the Army Heritage Museum in Carlisle. And we were not expecting a whole lot from that because, you know, we've always lived close to it and we just never heard a lot about it, so we just didn't expect a whole lot. But we went and we spent about 3 to 4 hours. It was actually really cool. The inside was chock full of information and displays, and then that little walking trail outside was really neat with lots of neat things. Learn about the difference between rockets and missiles.
No, I don't know. What is it?
Missiles are guided, rockets are not.
Okay. That's a big one.
Yeah, it is. So that was a lot of fun. And I'll be doing a video of that one probably soon. The rest of the time was just spent relaxing, running errands, visiting my mom, doing stuff like that. So the weekend was a lot of fun. There was also a lot of food. My points that I tracked were crazy. Oh yeah, crazy. But you know what? My goal was not to eat my points. My goal was to track everything, and I did that. So the work week started, and we went back into the normal routine. Work, work, work. Busy, busy, busy. We did have an ice storm halfway through the week, and that was kind of neat. I did walk outside. Getting a little video of the ice storm. Jason is standing out here. Whew, burr, burr, burr. Because of course my compost bin was full, so I had to take that out, and we wanted to check on some of our little baby trees because the ice was really heavy on them. But it was a normal work week. So habits. In the beginning of December, I knew that I was going to be turning 50 and I needed to change something. So I decided to start setting up myself with healthy habits. And I chose 2 habits. The first one was tracking. And it wasn't tracking and making sure your food was right. It was just tracking, getting in the habit of putting your food down each and every day, every bite. And I've nailed this. I've done this consistently now for the last 15, 16 days. Everything is done. And I decided when the work week started that it was time to call this habit set and to start working on the next habit. And so I did. So I will continue to track because this is a habit that I started, but my next habit is to actually keep my calories and my points at a consistent level, which is conducive to weight loss. So that is my next habit that I'm working on, because I'm going to keep working on 2 habits at the same time. So tracking, I'm going to continue, but my habit that I'm going to consistently work on is eating the right amount of foods for weight loss. This week, the first day was really hard, but after the first day, I just kind of was able to get myself back in line, and I have been spot on the rest of the week. Yay! So this one is doing really well. So next, let's talk about the water. So now we're like about 15, 16 days into the month, and I would like to say that this habit is hard. Really, really hard. The first 2 weeks, I did not make the 64 ounces, I don't even think one time. Maybe once, give or take. And the beginning of this week, I was struggling also, because I'm just like, it's so hard to get myself back into that habit. But 2 days ago, this happened. So it's super early. I am getting my first 24-ounce bottle or glass of water ready. I actually, for my first one, put in a trace mineral vitamin pack. Link in the description below. And I am getting this ready. And I realized all of a sudden that yesterday, for the first time since I started these new habits, I made my 64 ounces of water in the day. Yay, go me. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. One day does not make a habit. I've got to do this consistently for a while before I consider it a habit, but that's okay. And then this happened. I've done it 2 days in a row, 64 ounces. And of course, this morning, I've already got my water made with my vitamin mix in it, and we're doing pretty good. So I'm aiming for 3 days. I did not weigh myself this morning. It was kind of intentional. I wanted to give myself a little bit longer before I actually start jumping on the scales. And that is, of course, a habit that I'm going to get myself back into at some point. I did weigh myself on Monday to see where I started. I know that I probably went up on Tuesday and Wednesday because of my high eating on the weekend. So I'm just kind of sitting tight. I'm going to not worry about the scales this week. I'm doing what I need to do. I've been getting myself a good start. I don't want to add that stress in. So here I am, setting good habits, setting healthy habits. No excuses. So let's... So the work week